Our sessions are recorded. Oh, all right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is the second session of our monthly webinars. Our sessions are recorded and uploaded to the OMP YouTube channel. You can check it out by the end of next week under the Mainframe Open Education playlist. By participating in this webinar, you agree to be featured on our YouTube channel. I am Tiso Senusha from South Africa, and I am the university lead for MOE and a member of the core team. Joining us today is my usual team and a guest speaker we've been looking forward to chatting with. Without much delay, I'll pass the mic to Nancy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nancy Meng. I'm the learning experience researcher at Broadcom, the mainframe for mainframe education team. So today it's our honor to have our panelist Shiva Saberi join us today. Let me give you a quick introduction about Shiva. Shiva is our software engineer and certified mainframer. She's skilled on multiple CA mainframe products and are available as resource for the customer of Broadcom. So Shiva became a mainframer about 3 years ago, and I think by this time it's probably already over 3 years. So we can actually say Shiva as a mainframe expert. She has variety of mainframe skills, and as a compared to many experienced mainframers in the field, we can say as a newly rising mainframe expert, we're very happy today to have Shiva join us to share her journey with mainframe with us and also her personal growth in the mainframe profession. So I will therefore hand over the mic to Shiva to start her sharing with us today. Since given that many of our audience today are probably students or people or our future mainframer who are looking to join us in the very near future. So we have Shiva today gonna mainly focus her sharing with us about her personal growth with mainframe and also what kind of resources she has been using to helping her to grow into a mainframe profession and how did she actually build up her mainframe skills in this journey. So without further ado, Shiva, hi, good morning. Welcome to join us today. And I'm gonna start my first question with you today. So could you please share with us, how did you get into the mainframe world?
Hello, I'm really happy to be here with you all. And this is an honor to be here. And always, it's really good to share your story because by that you are learning from other people's stories too. And a little bit of my background. Yes, I studied in computer engineering with a focus on software. And after that, I received a master's degree in quality systems engineering. But I always was keen of software domain more than the other engineering systems. So I put the focus on that. After the graduation, unfortunately, it was, at the same time with the pandemic happened. So I had to really actively looking for a good opportunity to engage with. It was Broadcom who held a career fair online in our university. And they introduced us to the mainframe space and then gave us an explanation about a program called Broadcom Mainframe Vitality Program. And as a computer engineer, I was really surprised that I had no idea what the mainframe is. And after that session, I started to search it up a little bit more about, the mainframe. And I found it out almost between 80 to 90% of our industry is relying on the mainframe. And I didn't know, like every time I'm doing a transaction, either through an ATM machine or online shopping something, it's going through the mainframe. So I really was impacted by the results of, my research. So I followed up with the candidacy of, Vitality Program. And I got engaged with, so many interviews. And finally, I was accepted as one of the 2 candidates for the first time from Canada. And that's how my mainframe journey started.
That's awesome. So just quickly follow one question up with you. So you said at some point you heard about Mainframe Vitality. How did you find this opportunity? I mean, I'm sure there are other attendee today probably also interested in looking into Vitality. So how did you come across this program?
Yeah, awesome. You know what? It was the Mainframe Vitality Program. They are having different multiple stages to introduce the program, the 3 phases of the program to the candidates. They are going through the universities, to the students, or any other people who are thinking about having a career within the mainframe space. And then this program is really the foundation of the program is about all the architecture of the mainframe, the ZOS, and then the programming languages. And then they are giving you all those information about the soft skills and the agile environment of how a mainframer could work with an agile team. And then you get a hands-on experience within the mainframe space. And I was always trying to be engaged in the community. So for me, after the graduation, I attended so many, seminars, conferences, online career fairs, like what we have right now today. And in one of those, I was lucky to be introduced, to the Vitality program. And I followed up after with the, all those steps.
That's really awesome. Sounds like it was an exploration for you. So after you graduated, and you definitely explored so much, and then eventually Mainframe was the one was winning to attract you to this area. That's really cool. So so you mentioned Vitality being a really awesome program building up the skills. So could you tell us a little bit more about how you actually build up your skills? So what did you learn first, and then continue with that learning?
Absolutely. You know what? The thing is, I was really always passionate and excited about the mainframe space. And the reason for that is technically the Vitality program and how they engaged us as a new mainframer with zero knowledge about the mainframe into the mainframe space. I started with learning as much as I can about the ZOS. And even the name for that, the zero downtime, that stands for Z in the operating system of the mainframe. It really, at the beginning, I was like, how could we have an operating system that has no downtime? So I searched it up, how this operating system works. So I found out that, okay, so we have JCL, we have the job control language here, something that is controlling all those transactions that are going on through the mainframe. And then the programming languages. As a computer engineer, I already knew how to program and how you can, come up with a solution for a problem with other languages, with the object-oriented languages. But within the mainframe space, it was different. And you find a huge difference. It's not just, some topics to learn. So in the first phase of the program, I started to, learn as much as I could about the operating system and the architecture of the mainframe and the programming languages. After that, it's not enough, even though you are you're a good expert and a technical person, you need to collaborate very good with your teammates. And for the mainframe, because it's a secure space, it's really important how you communicate with the outside world of the mainframe. So I didn't take it lightly, all those training about, the agile environment, all those soft skills requirements for a mainframe, especially a new mainframe with a lot of questions in head. And it didn't stop there. There was a phase. There was a phase three for us for having hands-on experience at the customer side. So that's where each one of us in the Vitality program was trained on a specific product of the Broadcom. And for me was IDMS. and it's related to the database management storage system of the mainframe. And from there, I started to, develop my skills specifically related to the database management. And yeah, that's how, gradually I built up my skills within the mainframe space.
So you mentioned, so at the beginning, you learned the more of the fundamental knowledge of mainframe ZOS system, knowledge of that, and eventually you find your way or find your passion in data management. So could you zoom in a little bit? So out of what are the area out there when you started, and then what make you particularly interested in data management? Is that because of your previous learning experience, or that's more of what you learned based on mainframe make you realize that data management to be more important, or somehow more interesting to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I could say pretty much both of them. I had personal interest in, because of the quality background I had. So I had already a little bit of a background in QMS, or quality management system, that requires you to know more about the database and having a quality data within the IT domain. But at the same time, within the mainframe domain, it's a little bit different, because the scalability and the stability of the system is really high. So the products within the database, storage management system is really complex. That complexity really, really, interested me to be one of those experts. And unfortunately, there were times that for getting, trained on a specific product was not available right away to you. But it's not a no. You can, develop your skills related to the foundation of the mainframe and some other products. And then once a customer is available for that specific product that you want to learn about, you can easily, connect yourself with that customer. So what I did, I took the most advantage of the tools and materials available to me, no matter, what type of product was available to me for learning. So I divided my time to two parts. First was because learning about the operating system and the foundation of the mainframe is not easy. We have mainframers working over 30 years in the in this domain, and they still have questions about how some particular parts could work. And then, so I always studied about that and take advantage of the material and tools available in that. And then when it came to the product, I tried to see how I can connect my knowledge to the available resources and available products. And with my experience with Broadcom was that they were always looking for a good spot for each candidate to connect them to some customers that could be a win-win process, both for the customer and for the Vitality resident. And that happened at the end of the my residency, and that worked out very well for me.
That's really awesome. So I understand that in Vitality, you involves a lot of intensive classroom learning. Well, when I say classroom, it's like could be online classroom learning. And then eventually you mentioned on the customer side, you also learned a lot, and also all these different opportunities on the job. So I'm interested, because I think today we have many people who are probably still relatively new to the concept of mainframe. So in the initial stage, besides the intensive classroom or synchronous learning, do you do anything beyond what be introduced to you by the instructors? Do you read anything extra? Do you explore different sources in that regard, or you are like strictly on track with what the teachers has been instructing?
Yeah, of course. You know what? It was an intensive program with almost 8 hours of training per day. And still, at the end of the day, you had so many questions about the topic that you were, you were taught that day. So, what really most interested me to, continue and keep learning about the mainframe was the community, was the group and the activities we were all involved in. What I did was not just, for me, getting the training from, from 9 to 5 p.m. was not just enough. I was trying to, engage myself with so many other tools. For example, we had certifications, we had online badges, and let's say you are getting trained on COBOL, for example, for this programming language. And then you feel like you have more questions, or these activities or programs are not enough for you during the training. So there are e-learning library, and there are other tools available online to you that you can, pass all of those badges and certification. And from there, you make other friends, and you can, ask even more questions. And our instructors were always available to us, not just during the, the working hours, even after that. I remember our instructor during the ZOS class, he was always available even after 5 p.m. And he was telling us, you know what, do you want to do the lab, all of us together? And then we were, making groups of 3 to 4 people, and then working together till 10 p.m. That's how, all of us were passionate about the mainframe. And it was difficult, but at the same time, because you see there are people who are supporting you, and you see, okay, I'm going to have a great career path ahead of me. You will be amazed, and you will be more energized to follow up, these paths, even though it's not easy.
Yeah. Speaking from my personal experience, I stepped into Mainframe about 2 years ago. I definitely feel the power of the supportive community. So I'm definitely resonate there. So for all the attendees today, I would also encourage you to just look up Shiva's LinkedIn page, connect with her, and check out those badges she learned, and backtrack the steps and find out how you can learn those badges. And I'm sure along this journey, you will also find people who also learn these badges and more. And you guys might also do your little team up and join the community and learn from just acquiring these badges and learn the skills. So Shiva, now next I have a interesting question for you. I don't know if there is this question will make any difference. That is, what would be the ideal learning approach for mainframe if you had to relive the journey of becoming a mainframer? Is there anything you would wish to be done differently, or yeah?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's for me, I am, I am a person who really tries to appreciate the time and the opportunity that is given to her. And I never ever, tell myself I cannot do something. I always know there's a way to cope with and find your way, a unique path for you to learn about, the opportunity that is given to you. But at the same time, when you are giving an opportunity like becoming a Vitality resident, it's a huge responsibility, because the knowledge of the mainframe knowledge is a broad and vast knowledge, and sometimes you are getting lost within the different mainframe roles. And because mainframe is a secure space, sometimes you are looking up your questions online and you don't find an answer to those questions. It's not like other, object-oriented languages like C or C++ or other like Python. It's not an open source. So I always try to work hard, but at the same time, I think the power of mentorship is really important. So if I get back, I always try to, ask questions, to get engaged with my, with my technical mentors. But if I go back, I'll try to get engaged with career guidance as well, like getting more involved with people with, I don't know, like with 10 or 20 years of experience with the mainframe, and ask more questions from them. If I do this, if I do get this certification or this badge, how could my mainframe career look like in the next 5 or 10 years? So things like that, I guess it makes it easier. You don't need, to be lost in your area and domain and be like, oh, okay, this is a lot, or should I get this certificate? Should I get this badge? Or should I study about this product? Things like that. If I go back, I try to, even I did a lot, but I guess it's not enough. You can do even more when you are learning about something as complex as mainframe.
So sounds like you have both a technical mentor and the career mentor, right?
Yes.
That's really awesome. So I'm just asking this from my like my assumption. So I think by asking questions to the mentors, you are encouraging or pushing yourself, making progress faster. But does having mentorship giving you stress, or like giving you the pressure? Like, are you worried about not meeting the potential expectations of your mentor? Do you have experience like that?
A few months ago, I wrote a blog about it, and how my mentorship, journey made my career, to be to go to another level of success. I reviewed my journey and the relationship I had with different mentors, either, during the mainframe residency or before that, when I was in the university. You know what? The relationship between a mentor and a mentee, it's not just about the job and the sessions you have together. It's a relationship that needs collaboration from both sides. You have to have the willing to ask questions and let your mentor know about your challenges, your problems, and your achievements. So sometimes you have a mentor regarding, the technical issues you have. I give you an example. During my residency at the customer side, I was a new person in the IDMS area, and this is the customer I was working for was a huge governmental agency. So their database system was as complex as you could imagine. And for me, as a new mainframer, even though I had the clue about a lot of topics, but still I had questions. So I was lucky to have my technical mentor at the customer side, but still there were some questions I was not sure, should I ask these questions from my technical mentor? Because he was my colleague, and I was not sure if from day-to-day activities, it is the right decision to do, to ask all of those questions from him. So what I did, I got back to the Broadcom team and asked even for more support. And what they did, they introduced me to 2 more other, IDMS experts. And I was, amazed with that level of support I was given. And so it was the story of, giving somebody fish and, teach him to become a fisher. So most of the time, because there was an urgency in my job, I was just asking the question from my technical mentor. He was giving me the answer, and I was able to successfully finish my job. But when I was getting back to my mentors at Broadcom, they were like, Shiva, let me see the results of your errors, or let me see, what was the other activities you ran beside this program that you have this error. So with those conversations, I was able to skip those errors, next time I was running the similar programs. So by asking those questions from the other mentors I had, I became more independent at my job. And then months after, even my technical mentor was like, Shiva, look at you. You just started your job. And then now you are even giving me some tips on handling some IDMS errors. And then not just there, I was contacted with the documentation part of the Broadcoms because they have support available. And that was an amazing, another amazing tool. So I was contacting with them. I was asking, I have problem when I search about this error in your documentation. For example, it gives me, 2-3 links, and it's a little bit hard to get there. And they were adjusting those materials, those documents in their website. And even from there, I met some other friends and asking even some more questions. So this is really a collaborative environment. And the more you are trying to engage yourself within this community, the more you learn. And for me, even after that, I try to focus not just on the technical part. I had a career guidance that told me, okay, Shiva, if you go this path, you become, this. You can have this title in the next 5 years, or next 10 years. And then from there, I felt a little bit more confident about my career path, that Shiva could be, Shiva could be this if it goes through this way, or, the way B or way C. So all of these together help me not getting lost in the environment, because it's really a complex environment, but at the same time, it's powerful.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. This is a colorful journey, just from you. So for all the attendees today here with us, if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them in the chat. And if you have any at this moment you want to ask Shiva, please don't miss the opportunity here. So bring back to your learning journey, just something me as a learning experience researcher was also interested is how would you or what would be those ideal learning modalities for you in each of the phase here we listed in the slide today. So if you could break it down to 0 to 6 months, 7 to 12 months, and also 1 to 3 months, basically build up to where you are right now. If you can break it down into these 3 different phases and share with us.
Yeah, I really love this timeline that you brought in this, because this is exactly what we did during the Vitality. Like I told you, we had 3 phases. So I'm gonna say for a new mainframer between 0 to 6 months, approximately we had the first 2 phases within the first 6 months of the program, which was about learning about the foundation of the mainframe. And after that, the programming languages, they were almost together, the foundation and the programming. And then, leveraging your soft skills within the Agile environment. I say during the first 6 months, because you are new, you either have I don't know, like 2-3 months of knowledge about the mainframe, or 0 knowledge like me. You have to expose yourself as much as you can to no matter what tools and material or books, either online or anything. You should learn about anything you can, and take the advantage of all those tools and materials available to you. What I did was not just passing those grades and say, okay, I got A+ in ZOS, I got A+ in JCL or in Rex or in COBOL or whatever. For example, we had some little projects, even for the soft skills, we had some projects we should do it together, or sometimes it was individual project. I didn't just pass those steps because I had to pass them to get to the phase 3. I expose myself, I challenge myself even by running some more difficult program. For example, I remember, I give you an example and move to the next, timeline. Once in our JCL class, we had some practices to do, some examples to do. And then at the end of that, we had a capstone project. What I did, I started from day first to work on that capstone project. And I related all of those examples and all those practices to that capstone project. So when we reached to the end of JCL class, I was more than ready to run that project. And that needed dedication. That needed some extra hours of working and, getting some more badges. I didn't just, pass that online COBOL class that we had. I used the Mainframe, e-learning library from Broadcom, the IBM Champion, degrees that were available, or some other, CA webinars that were available to us, or all the recordings available to us. And not just that, getting engaged with the community and ask questions from them. So this is really important. And for start to get feet wet, I should say this is where you are having a hands-on experience about some other products of the mainframe. So here you don't wanna you wanna build a strong foundation for your career journey. So you have to be aware of your interests and be smart to mix them with the available opportunities to you. For me, for example, for the IDMS, I try to engage my knowledge from quality and software engineering to that IDMS area. And that helped me to be, more, strong about this. And after 1 year, you are a little bit more comfortable with the topic of mainframe. So that's where you should take advantage of your mentors and ask a lot of questions from them. And that's going to help you. That's going to help you to navigate through, the environment and find your unique path, because everybody's path is different. But luckily, we have so much, so many materials and tools available. And if you love, go to the Endeavor or other, security or other products, all the tools are available. All you need, just be dedicated to your past and tell yourself, I can learn about this, and people are gonna support you about all of those challenges you may have.
Thanks for sharing. Very detailed, really just basically hands-on helping all of us here to just get started and then join the journey and join the community. So at the here on my very last line on the slide here, I do have one little thing just to check if we missed anything, or there's anything you wish to share, but we did not ask through the questions. Just to make it very general. So do you have any do's and don'ts, any suggestions for anybody who consider of becoming our future mainframers?
Nice. I used to ask this question from all of my instructors, all of my mentors. And then I have a list, actually. I have a notebook that everybody gave me a beautiful sentence about their journey, and I kept it. And every time, I look at it, I learn something about it, because you forget. People tell you something and you forget. For me, I could say ask questions. Don't forget, ask questions. Even though you are in a class, you are in an environment, you feel like, oh my God, if I ask this question, I will look like a stupid person. Or this question is, simple to ask. No, don't think that way. Ask questions as much as you can, because asking questions makes you more independent. that's how my journey from Vitality resident ended up to becoming a mainframe expert. So I ask questions when I needed to know something, because you avoid, not knowing it next time. And then for the don'ts, I would say, because our audience is mostly people with zero or, a little experience about mainframe, I want to say something about this. You know what? Mainframe space is a really complex and huge and broad environment. So don't feel overwhelmed by the breadth of mainframe knowledge. Be sure that you have the support of your mentors beside you, and always look up into the support of all the materials and tools available to you. And I'm gonna be, you're gonna be amazed if you put your time and effort into this area, how much, opportunities and a great career path with a strong, with everything, like every factor that you have in your head, it's going to be available to you. And follow your passion, combine your passion with what you are doing at the same time. And don't forget that you are being supported by a great community. You're going to be great, and you will do an amazing job by the end of your first year at the mainframe environment.
Thank you for sharing. Wow, this is
You're
such
welcome.
great pieces of advice. I guess from one of the questions I remember when I first joined, taking from my perspective as a researcher, I always ask anybody come into to the internship in Broadcom, I would always ask them, so why mainframe? Why not Amazon? Why not Google? So I guess by today, Shiva gave us loads of reasons why mainframe. So everybody could at least think from that perspective how your decision will be. You will be joining a very supportive and dynamic community that help you with your career development. So thank you so much, Shiva, for sharing that with us. I know that you recently updated your signature to be a PhD candidate, so congratulations to that.
Thank you.
So just out of interest, were your thesis or were your dissertation be anything related to mainframe or not?
You know what? While I was in the Mainframe Vitality residency program, I started to, for a while, set aside my thesis and focus on the mainframe skills. And then I work at the customer side. And now that I could say, okay, I have enough knowledge within the mainframe domain to, follow my path and see what I'm going to do with what I learned. Definitely the reason right now I updated to force myself to find a way to connect, that option, that topic to the mainframe, because mainframe is not something, separate from the rest of the IT domain. It's just it speaks differently, and the language and the communication it has with the outside world is different. And once you learn that, you easily can, engage whatever the topic that you have in your head, like the AI. Right now, Broadcom, launched the Watchtower platform, and everybody was, was giving, wow, okay, this is new for the mainframe. So people try within the mainframe, they are trying to connect mainframe with the other platform and spaces. So this is not something that that is new. Mainframe was always there as a core, and every time we have a new technology in the world, we just need to find a way for the mainframe to communicate with that. So for me, yes, I definitely wanna, combine my skills within the IT that I had before, either with the QMS or with the cloud. My first year of my PhD was mostly about the cloud analysis. So I really want to combine all of those. And I registered myself for the Watchtower training. So I'm still learning every day. And I have to finish the other badge certification. I, registered myself. So after that, confidently, I would say, of course, I'm going to choose a topic that is related to both of them. I mean, the world of, AI and object-oriented and the open source with the mainframe space.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, looking like what you're researching and what you're working on is nicely come together for you. So those are all the questions we prepared to ask Shiva. So again, for the attendees today, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Just leave your question in the chat box, and we can have Shiva answer that for you. So for now, again, thank you for sharing with us today, Shiva. I noticed that one of that keywords you've been repeating and sharing with us today is about mentor and mentorship. And today, let me turn on to the next slide, which actually for summer 2024, Open Mainframe project have a mentorship program, which I'm going to hand over the mic to Tiso to briefly talk us about this program and how our attendees can leverage this opportunity. So,
Thank you, Nenshi. As Nenshi has already mentioned that Open Mainframe project has summer mentorship applications open. They have a variety of applications that you can get into, programs. So one that I'm familiar with is the COBOL programming course and also the Mainframe Open Education project that we have in. This is a great program to get involved in the Mainframe open source community. As some of you might have seen that the Mainframe is going more towards open source with education and also building various resources that are used. One popular one would be MOE and ZOSMF. Those are some of the tools that the new age mainframers are using. So the Open Mainframe project is quite big on this, and they working hard to support new mainframers in getting hands-on experience working with this new age technology and also contributing to the education project. In terms of our project, the Mainframe Open Education project, I don't know what the requirements would be for a new mentee, but from the time when I was still participating, I know that you had to be a university student currently enrolled, and you still have at least 6 months before you can graduate, because the program takes about 3 months from the 1st of June until the end of August. So this is a really great initiative to get involved in. I'd speak from my experience, how it has helped me. When I was still a varsity student, I got involved with the Mainframe Open Education project, where I had a mentor who was assigned to me. She guided me on how I should improve my skills in terms of placing myself in a good position to get hired. And yeah, at the end of the day, it resulted in me getting hired by IBM to train as a systems programmer. So I'd encourage a lot of attendees who are here to at least try one of those projects that they felt that they're more interested in. As Shiva has mentioned that, you should always combine your passions with what you're working on. So if you're more of a programmer, you might go for COBOL or React, ZOSMF. If you're more inclined into education, then our project will be more aligned with your goals and also the mainframe modernization white paper, I believe. Yeah, that's all I have about the mentorship programs.
Thank you, Tiso. So for our attendees, definitely go to check it out on the Open Mainframe Project website. This post is under the blog, and you will actually see the details for each program. But today we do have JJ here with us today, and I know JJ, you are one of the mentors for Mainframe Open Education Project. Since we have you here, can we also have you briefly talk us about Mainframe Open Education and also the initiative we're taking for Mainframe MOE on Gitbook?
Sure. Thanks everyone for joining and giving me some time to speak. MOE is a great initiative whereby we are able to bring people in to learning the basics of mainframe and what the possibilities are in terms of developing a career. One of the things about becoming a mainframer is it's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens a week, a month, or even a year. It's a lifelong journey. And because of that, it's one of the things that actually develops it into a career as opposed to just a job. And it's one of those things that has given the development of the mainframe into more open standards, a wider place in enterprise computing, a larger role in cybersecurity and everything else. There's really no limit to how far and wide you can go with a mainframe career across IT in general. And so Mainframe Open Education is meant to start aggregating and developing education for the mainframe in an open source fashion. So by the community, for the community. And in terms of the community, what we're really trying to do is attract new talent, new people, new brains, new minds to the mainframe. So one of the things that has been started is we have created an asset out on Gitbook, as Nancy was saying, and she's someone that you can coordinate with in order if you want to get started or to learn more about how to do that. But what we're doing is right now introducing what is a mainframe, how it incorporates into enterprise computing, and really some of the basic knowledge that you might need to understand the role of the mainframe in enterprise computing today. So it's an exciting opportunity to get out amongst folks who might be interested or are definitely interested and help you guys learn more in terms of early career, shifting left, not trying to attract people once they're out in the IT space, but how do we get people from the start? So thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, for everybody here on the call, again, we encourage you to join us on MOE on Gitbook. You will see the fun. We currently started our chapter 1 of content. What is mainframe today? And we encourage you to read what we have, but more importantly, to start contributing to this project, given its open source nature. And we are looking forward to see your postings into this effort, and your work will be also shared with everybody joining the community or already in the community. So with that, I'm going to give the mic back to Tiso. This is all we have prepared to present and share with all of you.
Thank you, Nenshi. Earlier on, I had one question from Devonte. I think he's one of the attendees today. He was asking about how he can contribute the content that he's prepared for new mainframers to our Gitbook. So I don't know if we can quickly take him through the process of contributing. I'm sure the other attendees would also like to see how one can start contributing.
Sure. Thanks for asking this question. Let me quickly pull the page out, and then I can briefly walk our attendees today to what we have. So so after, so first of all, you go to Gitbook and then register account if you have not already having account with them. And then go ahead and find Mainframe Open Education Project, and you will come up to our page here. And as you can see, we currently have several chapters available. Welcome, which if you go in there, that will help you with login information and also how to become a contributor. If you're interested, you can also look for the information about the contributor badge, so that you will read the criteria about how you can earn our contributor badge. Then we have chapter 1 through 5, and currently we have chapter 1. I should say the nice framework of chapter 1 is out there. You can click into that and you will see the content within. And we're still open to new content contribution for chapter 2, fundamental technology, chapter 3, roles in mainframe, chapter 4, deeper dive in role chosen, and chapter 5, career path opportunities. And then here we have a new chapter we recently added, which is my mainframe journey from student to professional. And I actually, having Shiva here, I think Shiva, it will be great if you have a blog already written on this topic, or based on your share today, we can definitely put out a blog for you just to share your journey from student to professional. And for anybody who's interested in contributing, please pass your email to TISO, and TISO can have them over to me, and I will manually add you as our editor role. Otherwise, when you come on this page, you will be a viewer of this page. So once we added you as an editor, you will be able to start contributing. It's fairly easy to navigate through this page. So if you're interested in adding something, just go ahead and click the edit button on top, and then this page will turn to the editing mode for you, and you will be able to either add a new page to start your content, or you can also easily click on any of the paragraph here to insert space and for you to start contributing. And don't forget, once you're done with editing the content, go ahead and click on the merge button on the top, so your editing will be recorded. And we do have reviewers at the back end to review all the incoming editing to make sure it is accurate and appropriate to be merged into this page we have. As easy as that. So go ahead, read the criteria for earning the badges, and we're looking forward to issue our next badge to you. Hope this answered the question.
Yeah. I don't know if Devontae is available to comment, but if he's not, I'm quite satisfied with the processes you've shown us.
Cool.
Okay. In the absence of any more questions, I thank you for joining us today and having a great chat with us. Thank you, Shiva, for sharing your knowledge and your journey. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you more, engaging with our book. Maybe you can add some content also and badges.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. All right. Thanks, everyone. You'll catch the recording on YouTube.
Good luck, everyone, with your mainframe journey.
Yeah. Thank you all for attending. Thanks for sharing. Well, we'll see you next month at the student user group panel. Okay, bye, everybody.